Hey guys, so in this video we're going to be sharing with you the best and most detailed 4-3-3-4 formation breakdown you've ever seen. If you're keen on using the 4-3-3-4 as your formation in FIFA 23, then you will love this video. So in order for us to keep producing videos like this, we do need your support by smashing the like button, subscribing and turning on those notifications bells so that you know exactly when we release new content. Now here is exactly what we will be covering in this video. So, let's get right into it. So the 4-3-3-4 has been one of our favourite formations in FIFA for a long time, and it is due to how attacking and fun it is. It really is a formation for those who like to be really attacking and don't mind having some pain defensively, but there is a lot of upside in the attacking department. The lack of a defensive mid can make it difficult in moments when you lose possession on counterattacks, but the 6 up front make attacking really easy, even for people who struggle with attacking, if you dominate possession well. Secondly, this is a great formation for people who love to attack with speed and on counterattacks. The wingers provide width and are critical to counterattacking, but the thrust of the 3 midfield men mean the attackers have license to drift and be available for those counterattacks. Through balls are generally quite weak in this game, so you do need to be a really confident passer of the ball in order to move the ball up the field fast and play this way. And lastly, this is a great formation to dominate games in. We've had so many games where we finish with 60 to 65% possession and anywhere from 10 to 20 shots on target due to how fluid this formation is offensively. We feel the 2 centre midfielders are the most important players of this team. They really have a lot of running to do and are really competent in both boxes. But when you do find the right blend, this formation is deadly. So moving on into our tactics that we decided on with this 4-3-3-4 formation. Starting off with the defensive style, we chose balanced as this is already a really attacking formation due to the starting positions. So for us, anything other than balanced is not an option. Unless you were chasing the game, then press on possession loss would be an option. Moving into the defensive width, we chose 45, which at the moment is a bit of a constant in a lot of our formations due to there being a lot less threat with the ball out wide. So we like to have a compact middle and offer up any space out wide. With through balls being weak at the moment, we just prefer to have that midfield on lock. Depth, we settled on 60. This is an attacking formation and it's meant to be attacked in. So there is no good sitting deep on 30 depth when the strength of this formation is to attack. Sometimes with depth and that formation combo, you can be a little bit exposed in times, but we are comfortable on our defending abilities, so we feel like it's worth the risk. If you're someone who maybe struggles a little bit more defensively, you could drop this depth down to 50 to 55. Build-up play, we chose slow build-up because we really like to dominate possession and take our time building attacks. Also, with possession being really favourable at the moment, it is the perfect way to play right now. Giving the ball away in midfield will often lead to counters, especially with the lack of any CDMs to clean up behind us, so you really do need to take care of the ball in midfield. Chance creation, we went for possession as there is a really good reason for this. Direct passing is really weak at the moment, we feel, because of how poor through balls are, meaning your players are making really good runs in behind, but the ball never gets to them due to them either being under hit or intercepted because they're just played straight at the defender. Then your players are out of position, meaning counters are super easy for your opponent. So we chose possession as this allows us to cut through our opponents in a different way, and this was extremely effective. Offensive width, we chose 60 because in this formation you do need to give yourself a little width to be able to use the wide wingers and the width that they provide. You do need that width to be able to pull your opponent's players out of position and then use that space to your advantage. It is important not to go too wide on the width as this will open up your midfield too much, and as we touched on earlier, you need to keep the centre of the pitch tight and compact so that you don't give up too many chances there. Then for players in the box, we chose to use 5 because we want our instructions to dictate where players go, and especially our midfielders as they are critical to the success of this formation. Corners we did leave on 3, although heading doesn't seem to be very good from direct corners, so you can leave this on 1 if you feel like you may be exposed for counters, and you can do the same for free kicks. Now before we continue, if you want us to make more videos like this, make sure you hit the thumbs up button and make sure to comment below with your questions and thoughts on what other formation videos you'd like us to cover going forwards. So let's get back into it and let's jump into the instructions that we decided on for this 4-3-3-4 formation. So starting off with the goalkeeper, as we like to have all of our keepers on comes to crosses, this gives us a great advantage when people look to whip crosses in from the box or from corners. We also like to have our goalkeeper on sweeper keeper, but if you are somebody who manually moves your keeper, then a lot of these instructions aren't super relevant. When it comes to key attributes, obviously you want goalkeepers with good reactions and reflexes are kind of the only stats you really need to be interested in with goalkeepers, and also height. Moving into the fullbacks, given how attacking this formation is, we need to have them on stay back while attacking. And whilst we love getting our fullbacks forwards, it's just not something we can do at this time in this formation because we're left far too exposed with not having any defensive mid in front to protect us. So some of the key attributes you want to look out for when using your fullbacks is you want to be mainly defending with these fullbacks. So you need high defending stats and you need good physical stats as well, so you can shove players and wingers off the ball with that physicality. And you also want to have good, reliable short passing because most of the passes you'll be playing will be short passes into midfield. Then, of course, with the centre-backs, we're going to have them on stay back while attacking, which is pretty obvious. And then with centre-backs, you really want to have centre-backs that have good pace. Again, a lot of people like to have pace in the team, which is not super important. Depends on your opponent's strikers, really, and whether they have pace, but just have that pace just in case. You also want to have high reactions and composure. They're really, really key stats for centre-backs this year. And if you can have high interceptions as well and high defensive awareness, that is also super important for good defenders in this game. So moving on to the midfielders, and like we said before, we feel like these are the most important players in the formation, and they really have to do two roles. They have to attack, they have to defend. So having two players that are box-to-box mids is super important to be able to get forward and create and support in the attack, but also to muck in and do some defending when needs be, which is why we left them on balanced. Key stats are things such as stamina due to the running that they will do, and also interceptions when they're in that defensive shape. All passing stats such as vision, short passing and long passing are vital due to the role these guys play in possession and in the build-up. Moving on to the cam, we decided this time that free roam was not super necessary in this formation. We have so many players attacking, we don't need to disguise the cam in any kind of funky way. So just having him on stay in position and link up works the best. Getting to the box allows him to be in position for any cutbacks that the wingers may give. And some of the stats that you need to look out for are high dribbling across the board, short passing for those quick, fast passes around the box or little passes in behind. Also, it would be ideal to have a 4-star weak foot because they are going to have to finish off chances. So it's best to be safe with that 4-star weak foot. Moving on to the wingers, we decided to go with free roam in the final third to allow them to be the unpredictable ones. When the space is opened up by them, allowing them to sometimes drop in and come short or sometimes spinning behind when necessary, which does work from time to time when through balls do work. You don't need to have them constantly running in behind though, because obviously through balls aren't super effective all the time. And getting to the box was obviously a no-brainer. You want these guys in there for any scraps that may fall their way. And in terms of key stats, you obviously want high pace on your wingers, which is super important. That 4-star weak foot again is vital, I would say. And also 4-star skills would be ideal, but you do need to have players with high dribbling. So as you can see, players like Sterling and Dembele are really good in that role. And then finally, we make it to the striker whose sole purpose is to put the ball in the back of the net. So we do need him on stay central and get in behind, because you do want to have that threat in behind that the defenders do need something in behind to worry about rather than everything just in front of them all the time. And when he goes in behind, it leaves space for the likes of our cam and our midfielders and our wingers to create and score goals as well. And when it comes to attributes, obviously you want high shooting is extreme relevance. You also want to have players with that 4-star weak foot if possible, so that when you're in attacking positions, you are confident on either foot. Pace is something that a lot of people look for, but it's not really essential in this FIFA, as we see players like Haaland and Benzema and Lewandowski are really useful without that high pace. I really like high composure and reactions on my striker to be alive for anything that falls their way in the box. So that is it for the 4-3-3-4, and we really love this formation with how fun and attacking it is. For sure, there are going to be times where you'll be a little bit open defensively and you can tweak some things in this formation to suit those issues. But for us, the good far outweighs the bad, and we prefer to be on the front foot attacking, so we think the risk is worth it. As we said earlier in the video, if you want us to continue to make more detailed formation videos like this one, then we do need your support. So be sure to smash that like button and subscribe and turn on that notifications bell. And make sure you go and follow our Twitter and our TikTok if you do want to see even more FIFA content from us. If you have any questions to ask us on FIFA 23, let us know down in the comment section and we'll get back to all of you. Or you can join our Discord if you want to ask us anything privately. The links to everything is in the description down below. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.